Good morning, children. Sairam. Let us continue with the chapter The World in a Wall by Gerald Durrell. We will do part 2 today. In the last video, we have seen Jerry bringing a scorpion. And what did he do? He kept it in a matchbox. He wanted to keep it in his bedroom. But then, as he entered, what happened? Lunch was served. He says it was an unfortunate event. Now let us see why he says that it was an unfortunate event. However, I placed the matchbox carefully on the mantelpiece in the drawing room so that the scorpions should get plenty of air, and made my way to the dining room and joined the family for the meal. Dawdling over my food, feeding Roger surreptitiously under the table and listening to the family arguing, I completely forgot about my exciting new captures. So where did he keep the matchbox? He kept the matchbox on the mantelpiece in the drawing room. So mantelpiece is a shelf over the fireplace. In the cold countries, they have fireplace to give warmth to the house. So what did he do after that? He went to the dining room and joined the family for the meal. Dawdling over my food. What was he doing? He was not eating actually. He was just wasting his time. And what he was doing actually, he was feeding Roger secretly, surreptitiously. That means secretly he was feeding Roger, who was sitting under the table, and quietly listening to the family members who were arguing. And in that, he completely forgot about his scorpion. Exciting new captures. Exciting new captures means the scorpion and the young ones. At last, Larry, having finished, picked up the matchbox he had brought. Oblivious of my impending doom, I watched him interestedly as, still talking glibly, he opened the matchbox. So what do we find? Here Larry, after finishing his lunch, picked up the matchbox. Oblivious of my impending doom. Oblivious means here the author, that is Gary, was not knowing of his impending doom. What is impending here? What is about to happen? He was not knowing what is going to happen. And he watched him interestedly. Gary was watching Larry. Larry was continuously talking. Okay? He was thoughtlessly talking. And as he opened the matchbox, he was actually looking at Larry, and he has completely forgotten about the scorpions. Let's see what all new words we have come across till now. Smuggle means to take something secretly to a place. Mantelpiece, a shelf above a fireplace. Dawdling, wasting time. Surreptitiously, secretly. Impending, about to happen. And glibly, thoughtlessly. Now I maintain to this day that the female scorpion meant no harm. She was agitated and a trifle annoyed at being shut up in a matchbox for so long. and so she seized the first opportunity to escape. She hoisted herself out of the box with great rapidity, her babies clinging on desperately, and scuttled on to the back of Larry's hand. Now Jerry was sure that the scorpion did not mean to harm anybody, but she was a little shaken and slightly angry because she was kept up in the matchbox for a long time. So, when she got the first opportunity to escape, she took it. When did she get the first opportunity? When Larry opened the matchbox. So, the minute he opened the matchbox, she quickly came out of the box with great rapidity. That means very fast, and scuttled on to the back of Larry's hand. So scuttled means she moved quickly to the back of Larry's hand. There, not quite certain what to do next, she paused, her sting curved up at the ready. Larry, feeling the movement of her claws, glanced down to see what it was, and from that moment things got increasingly confused. The scorpion, after coming out of the matchbox, she quickly sat on the back of Larry's hand. But after that, she was not certain, she was not sure what to do. So she paused, she stopped, but her sting curved up at the ready. That means she was about to strike, she was ready. Okay? By this time, Larry, feeling the movement of her claws, that means he understood something is there, something is there on his hand. He tried to see what it was, and from that moment it got increasingly confused. The confusion started. Let's see what is the confusion. He uttered a roar of fright that made Lugaridzia drop a plate and brought Roger out from beneath the table, barking wildly. With a flick of his hand, he sent the unfortunate scorpion flying down the table, and she landed midway between Margot and Leslie, scattering babies like confetti as she thumped on the cloth. Larry was so frightened that he shouted at the top of his voice, which made Lugaridzia drop a plate. Hearing the noise, Roger, who was under the table, came out, and he started barking wildly. When Larry flicked his hand, the scorpion flew down the table and landed between Margot and Leslie. When she fell, the babies who were clinging on its back fell like confetti. What is confetti? Confetti means small pieces of colored paper which are traditionally thrown on birthdays. Sometime you must be having the small bits of paper inside the balloon, and you burst the balloon. So confetti, that is the scattering babies are compared to the colored pieces of paper. Let us see the meanings of this new words. Trifle. Trifle means a little or slightly. Scuttled means moved quickly. Confetti small pieces of colored paper traditionally thrown on birthday. Here you can see the picture of Lugaridzia dropping the plate and the small ones of scorpion falling like confetti. See the expression of Larry and Margot. Leslie leapt to his feet, overturning his chair, and flicked out desperately with his napkin, sending the scorpion rolling across the cloth towards Margot, who promptly let out a scream that any railway engine would have been proud to produce. Seeing the scorpion, Leslie jumped up and overturned his chair. He flicked his napkin and then the scorpion rolled towards Margot. Margot, seeing the scorpion, gave out a loud scream, louder than a railway engine. Mother, completely bewildered by this sudden and rapid change from peace to chaos, put on her glasses and peered down the table to see what was causing the pandemonium. And at the same moment, Margot, in a vain attempt to stop the scorpion's advance, hurled a glass of water at it. So what happened next? Mother, she was completely confused. What is happening? From peace to chaos. That means they were quietly sitting and eating food. Now all of a sudden what had happened? So she put on her glasses to see what has happened and what is there on the table. Then Margot, she wanted to stop the scorpion, and that is why she threw a glass of water on the scorpion. Let's see what happens. The shower missed the animal completely, but successfully drenched Mother, who, not being able to stand cold water, promptly lost her breath and sat gasping at the end of the table, unable even to protest. So what do we find? The shower missed the animal. That means instead of the scorpion, the water fell on the mother and she was completely wet. She couldn't bear the cold water and she lost her breath. She was finding it difficult to breathe. It was so difficult that even she was finding it difficult to protest. With this, we come to the end of today's session. We have seen why he said that it was an unfortunate event that lunch was served, because everybody understood about the scorpion and the confusion and chaos it created in the house. The next part of the story we will complete in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Take care.